Welcome to Leader Lifestyle Hub. Today we are going for another book summary. Let us see who we are. Who we are a Leader Lifestyle Hub, a unique digital place for digital leaders to enhance and grow every day. And we have set a target of completing 200 books in this year. On this journey of completing 200 book summaries, we are here on the book number 61. And the name of the book that we have today is Move Your Bus, written by Ron Clark. Let us start a summary with the help of blogging as well as mind map. So I suggest you to keep hydrated yourself and take digital notes or physical notes in the middle of the class. Let me share my screen. Wonderful. Super. Here comes the summary 61, Move Your Bus, written by Ron Clark. Let us see the targeted audience. The 25-year-old accountant who has been at her job for over 5 years and feels like she's not moving forward. And the 39-year-old team leader who has trouble getting everyone up to speed. And anyone who recently complained that someone else got a reward. Let us see the small synopsis. Move Your Bus illustrates the different kinds of groups in organizations, how leaders can inspire those groups, and what individuals can do to become highly valued, productive members of the organizations they serve. Let us hear from the author itself, Ron Clark. Treating everyone fairly is not treating everyone equally. Write it down on the paper. Treating everyone fairly is not treating everyone equally. What if I told you that next Monday you have to teach a class, but not just any class, a fourth grade class in one of the toughest schools in Harlem, New York City. A class that's known for causing trouble, going through 6 teachers in 3 months and refusing to work with you. How would you do it? How would you approach this problem? If your gut reaction is, how the hell am I supposed to know? Then you know how Ron Clark felt in the late 90s before taking on this exact challenge. For lack of a better idea, he just tried everything. Being strict, being nice, being open, being honest, and eventually it worked. He got through to the kids. And hence, he put all those techniques in this powerful book, Move Your Bus. Let us see the review. No matter how big the group of people you work with are in, Move Your Bus will force you to face some tough truths. The 80-20 principle is real. Whether that means 20 people are riders or 200. There will always be those just floating along, and it's up to us to get them to move. Good read for both sides, employers and employees. Even if you are employer or even if you are employee, it is completely fine that this book will help you. So much in fact that their grades drastically increased and they ended up scoring higher than the school's honor class in the state exam. In the particular case of Harlem School, in the Harlem schools, all the students' ratings or gradings drastically increased with the help of techniques that author has used. Since 2007, he has been inspiring and hiring teachers and educators to make those kinds of changes in their own classrooms, running the non-profit Ron Clark Academy Middle School in Atlanta, Georgia. Move Your Bus is his 4th book, and it's about recognizing the different groups of people in organizations and dealing with them accordingly. Let us see the top 3 lessons. Here are the top 3 lessons that we can take from this book. Have high expectations of people and make it possible for them to deliver is the first lesson. Have high expectations of people and make it possible for them to deliver. Second lesson is accept that different people perform on different levels. And the third powerful lesson is let go of your sense of entitlement forever. Ready to do what it takes to move the bus? Let's learn how organizations move forward. Lesson number 1. High expectations are good as long as it's possible for people to deliver on them. First of all, what is this bus thing even about? Moving your bus is a metaphor Ron came up with, or in order to teach organizations how they can make progress and what working together look like. Have you ever watched the Flintstones? Have you ever watched the Flintstones? It's one of the most powerful, popular cartoon shows of all time. Flintstones, the Flintstones. Write it down on the paper. Superseded only by the Simpsons. Because it's set on the Stone Age, all cars and all the buses on the show work through footwork. Only if all passengers run and the bus moves forward. Organizations work the same way. Everyone has a role to play. Some smaller, some bigger. Like if you say a peon is one of the role, or a secretary is one of the role, a salesman is one of the role, a developer is one of the role. Any role, it can be a sweeper also, it's one of the role. But only when all team members work together and give their best can you really move forward. Even in elementary school classrooms, Ron Clark has always believed in high expectations being a part of that. Set the bar too low and people won't even bother trying. But when you set it high, you also have to clearly communicate what you expect from people and hold them accountable to it so that they have a chance to deliver. In a company, managers should request specific outputs and encourage people to work in small doses. Let us take an example. A written 2-page report about last month's sales performance within 2 days is a challenging but clearly defined goal. What you are expecting is clear, means what is your monthly sales performance that you are expecting in 2 pages report, and it should be in the written format. So if the goal is clear, even though the challenging task, it is possible. High expectations are good as long as it is possible for people to deliver on them. Let us see the lesson number 2. Always remember that everyone performs at a different level. Remember this powerful lesson, write it down on the diary or in the digital notes or physical notes. Everyone performs at a different level and work with the people on an individual basis. Having high expectations is good, but remember what high expectations are is different for everyone. That 2-page report that what we have discussed might be an appropriate challenge for a junior sales manager, but too easy for the head of sales. Possible to write for a call center agent. If a call center agent who was able to talk to customer care, customer services, they will not be able to write down the sales report. And if you give it to the designing team, they will also not able to come up with the 100% mark. The only thing is each one have their own level. Sticking with the bus metaphor, as per this book, Move Your Bus, Ron Clark defined 5 different categories in the organizations. Remember 5 different categories. Write down on the paper or digital notes or diary. The first category are drivers. As in your bus, there will be a drivers who steers the bus and pushes everyone forward. These are usually the managers or the team leaders. Drivers are the leaders who leads the team. The second one are runners. Runners are like nothing but who are the top performers, work hard and always have great creative input on how to move on. Whereas the third category is the joggers, who are diligent and consistent workers, but only switch into high gear occasionally. Joggers are consistent workers, but only switch into high gear only few times. The fourth category are walkers, who are still steady but rather slow, don't like change too much, and sometimes slow that bus down. And the final fifth category are the riders, who only run when someone is watching them, and otherwise use their intelligence to hide behind the crowd. Identify which category of you are of your employees are. Driver who pushes everyone forward. Runners are the top performers leading by the driver. The joggers are consistent workers, but only do sometimes working, sometimes occasionally. The walkers are slowly consistent workers, but they will not like to change rapidly. Riders are someone who will perform well only when someone observes them or when someone watches them carefully. Micromanagement, what we call it. As you can see, the span of motivation levels, work ethic, and performance level within these 5 groups is huge. So naturally, you will have to deal differently with all these groups. Some of which might move up, others might move down. Some will eventually have to get off the bus altogether to get their butts into gear. Looking at you, riders. So let us see lesson number 3. I hope you have understand the 5 categories: drivers, runners, joggers, walkers, riders. Okay, we'll see that. Lesson number 3. Learn patience and don't feel entitled to anything, and you will thrive into the meritocracy. You might be a runner in the previous categories, or you might be a walker or want to become one, but maybe you are a driver already. I don't know which group you are in, but one lesson I have learned from this is, which is valuable to remember, no matter which group you are a part of, which is the powerful lesson is, let go of your sense of entitlement forever. Because most of us are used to being in a consumerist environment. Remember this, most of us are used to be in a consumerist environment. We often feel like we should get the promotion, the full bonus, the credit, the award, when we really know deep down that someone else worked harder for it. But that's not how meritocracy works. If you really want to thrive in a capitalist system, no matter whether you like the system itself or not, letting go of your entitlement mentality is the only right choice. Letting go of your entitlement mentality. You are the driver, you are the rider, you are the walker, you are the jogger. This entitled mentality, you need to let go. Nobody owes you their attention. Nobody owes you their money. If you ask anyone of your colleague, give me some money, they will not give you. Let alone their recognition. And you sure don't deserve an award just for showing up to work on time. Just you turn on a laptop and particular scheduled time, that doesn't deserve you to receive the award or to receive the recognition. While you are working towards your high expectations, let the current runners get their rewards. Runners are the top performers who give maximum result to the product or services. So let the current runners get their rewards, applaud them, and work on actually becoming more deserving of what you want. Only zero expectations and infinite patience led to immediate results. Remember these 2 things. These 2 things are powerful mantras for any success in any field. Zero expectations and infinite patience led them to immediate results. Let us see the mind map lessons of this book summary. Top 3 lessons, and we have seen the 5 categories of the people. Let me create live mind map. On the live, we will create it. So these are the top 3 lessons that we have seen. have high expectations of people and make it possible for them to deliver. And the second lesson is accept that different people perform on different levels. I request you to have water, keep hydrated yourself. Super. And the third one is let go of your sense of entitlement forever. Keep your entitlement mindset forever aside. 5 categories that what we have seen in this powerful journey is, what is the first category, which is nothing but driver. Every bus needs driver who drives the team or who drives the people. Second one is runners, who are the top performers, like a conductor or anyone who performs very nicely. And the third ones are joggers. You can say it as a cleaners or the repair mechanics, whatever it is. And the fourth one is walkers, who simply sit and sleep in the bus. And the fifth one are riders. Riders are the another category that we have seen in this powerful journey, who does not like to change anything. Okay, in these 5 categories, we have seen one powerful key lesson: action step. Action step, what we can take it is, whatever the group that you are belong to, you need to have 2 things in your hand. One is zero expectations plus high targets. And the second one is infinite patience. This is a crucial ingredient of achieving the top performance. So whatever the category you are, you can change yourself from riders to driver with the help of these 2 things: zero expectations and setting a clear targets. Instead of high targets, I can write down as a clear targets. Clear targets, as we have seen an example of writing a 2-page report of sales, and based on the last month's sales performance, it is easy for salesmen, but it is difficult for the call center people or telecallers. It will be difficult for them. So everyone has their own role and everyone will perform on their own. And remember one more lesson: recognition comes to those who are runners. Even drivers will not get the recognition. Only the runners will get the recognition. Why? Because they are the top performers, and with the help of them only, the product or service will move forward. I hope so. I'm clear with the book summary. Thank you so much for listening, your patience listening. And I request you to share one of the lesson that what you have learned. Unmute yourself, Sony, and share one powerful lesson what you have learned.
I like the example of from Carlton Flintstone, that how everybody in organization need to run in order to make the group running, like everything on the, even those vehicles, like so is the organization also, and I think so is the family also. Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful. And one powerful quotation that you would like to share?
Okay, you go, and meanwhile I also.
I have one quotation which says 3 action items, 3 powerful actions you need to take it every day, which is nothing but love your family, work super hard, live your passion. These 3 powerful statements, I loved it from the book The Crush It, written by Gary Vaynerchuk. Love your family, work super hard, live your passion. These 3 activities, if you do it every day, then you will have a satisfactory day, and you will have contentment before going to bed. Great, wonderful. Now over to you.
It's actually very powerful, very good one. It's a crux of so many things.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Any challenge that you
body,
face? Yeah.
body remains healthy if you keep moving it, and when mind remains, whereas mind remains healthy if you keep it steady.
Okay.
So keep your body moving and your mind steady.
Body moving, mind steady. So thank you so much. Like, great. Thank you so much. See you in another book summary tomorrow. Until then, stay connected.